Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel General Hospital Official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers: Carly cuts Sonny out following Michael's tragedy. Do mobster mistakes cost children? General Hospital spoilers reveal that all hell has broken free in Port Charles. In the end of the Monday, January 6th episode, audiences witnessed an explosion in Sonny Corinthos' apartment. As the mob boss and Jason Morgan were talking commerce in the hallway, Michael Corinthos was browsing through his phone when viewers heard a ticking sound followed by a bang. Given that this circumstance involves Michael, it's fair to believe that it will bring Carly Spencer and Sonny closer together. Both parents may connect over this, causing her to remove herself from Jack Brendan. Sonny, Carly, and Jason may rely on one another in the aftermath of Michael's injuries, yet, what if the opposite occurs? Michael's accident in Sonny's apartment isn't strictly Sonny's fault, but it's clear that one of Sonny's foes has targeted him once more, and someone he cares about has been injured in the process, whether Michael lives or dies. This would surely cause trauma in the aftermath of Morgan Corinthos' automobile explosion in 2016, which caused his death. How far will Carly go to keep Sonny out of her life? Will she remove Donna Corinthos out of his life and pursue full custody? Will she band up with Ava Jerome to fight for full custody of their daughters? According to General Hospital spoilers, the mayhem that follows the Pentagon explosion will last for days and months. While some Carly and Sonny fans believe a reunion is on the cards, this incident could bring Carly even closer to Brennan. General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, January 8th, Michael's fiery ordeal, Portia's secret, Sasha's shock. Will Michael survive the blaze in the next episode of General Hospital? The General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, January 8th, 2025 are here. In tomorrow's episode, Michael Corinthos is expected to scream as he catches fire. On General Hospital, Jason Morgan and Sonny Corinthos leap into action. Nina Reeves gives bad news. Portia Robinson confides in Isaiah Gannon. Portia Robinson opens up. Spoilers for Wednesday, January 8th indicate that Portia will open up to Isaiah. Fans now know that Portia informed Cyrus Renaud that he was no longer welcome at the hospital. There was also a heated exchange between Cyrus, Isaiah, and Lucas Cooper. Spoilers: Cyrus Renaud's exposure next. We have Jack Brennan, who has discovered video evidence that Cyrus was the one who stabbed Dex Heller. However, this will not constitute a murder case. While Cyrus is confirmed to have stabbed Dex, it might be claimed that the stabbing did not kill him, rather, the digitalis overdose did. We now know Cyrus is to blame, but it must be proven before Cyrus can be imprisoned permanently. Michael's fiery fate. General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, January 8th show Michael running about with his clothes and jacket on fire. Michael is in anguish, pleading for rescue. At one moment, Sonny and Jason appear terrified. Jason and Sonny struggle to see through the flames and smoke, but they are determined to save Michael. General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, January 8th, 2025, Nina brings some unpleasant news. This could be Nina informing Willow Tate Corinthos about Michael's accident. Brooke Lynn Quartermain has a revelation. Meanwhile, Harrison Chase opens up to Sasha Gilmore Corbin. Sasha seemed to be willing to discuss her pregnancy and predicament with Chase. Could Chase and BLQ eventually offer to adopt Sasha's baby? While Sasha appears to be resolved to raise the child on her own, Michael's tragedy and Jen Sidwell's arrival in Port Charles may cause her to reconsider. Sasha would never want anything to happen to another of her babies, so remain tuned. Which narrative are you most looking forward to witnessing on Wednesday, January 8th, 2025? What are your predictions for Sasha, Chase, Brooke Lynn, Michael, and Willow? What does the future hold for Sidwell, Jack, Cyrus, Portia, and the other Port Charles residents? The advantages and disadvantages of Curtis and Portia's love story on General Hospital. General Hospital fans are split over Curtis and Portia's love story. Portia and Curtis' relationship on General Hospital has been a roller coaster of emotions, secrets, and unmistakable attraction. Fans can't help but wonder if these two are truly meant to be, or if they should look for love elsewhere in Port Charles. Let's look at the highs, lows, and prospective alternatives. What makes them work? First and foremost, Portia and Curtis have an evident bond. Their chemistry is incredible, and their shared background gives dimension to their relationship. They sincerely care for one another, and Curtis has repeatedly demonstrated that he is prepared to fight for their relationship even when the odds are stacked against them. They also encourage one another to be their best selves. Portia's calm demeanor complements Curtis's driven personality, and they've worked together to resolve some of Port Charles's most difficult challenges. From family strife to life-threatening hazards, these two have demonstrated that they can work together to weather any storm. What makes them struggle? But every great soap marriage faces obstacles, and Portia and Curtis are no different. What's the most difficult obstacle? Secrets. Portia's secrets concerning Trina's paternity have put a lengthy shadow over their relationship. Trust is the core of any romance, and Curtis has battled to overcome his betrayal. Add to that Curtis' proclivity for playing the hero, which might come across as controlling. Portia's independence conflicts with Curtis' drive to solve everything, causing unavoidable friction. While their love is strong, these recurring challenges have people wondering if they're actually meant for each other. Are there better matches? If Portia and Curtis don't work out, there are plenty of other potential partners in Port Charles. Curtis' past with Jordan Ashford continues to haunt him. Their common history and mutual respect make them an appealing couple, even if their marriage did not last. Portia's followers have theorized that sparks may ignite with someone like Drew Kane, whose calm and supportive demeanor may complement her own. Overall, Portia and Curtis have the potential to be a fantastic soap couple, but their relationship is far from flawless. Their story keeps us fascinated, and we can't wait to see what happens next. Do you want more romance or an epic breakup? General Hospital spoilers, Cyrus adds Brad and Portia to his hit list. According to General Hospital spoilers, Cyrus Renaud is still as deadly as he has always been. Cyrus was recently revealed to be the person who administered Digitalis into Sam McCall's fore, causing her death. Cyrus' intentions for killing Sam are unknown at this moment, although she is not his only target. A week or so before Christmas, Dex Heller questioned Cyrus about his presence at General Hospital on the day Sam died. General Hospital spoilers, Cyrus Renaud stabbed Dex Heller. Cyrus took advantage of an opportunity to corner Dex only a few feet away from the crowds at Rice Plaza, stabbing him from behind. Dex was hurt, but following surgery to close the wound, he was anticipated to fully recover. Unfortunately, he died in the same way that Sam did, and while Cyrus was not shown doing so, it is likely that he also drugged Dex. Unfortunately, this is unlikely to be the last of it. GH spoilers, Brad Cooper told Cyrus Renaud off. Cyrus isn't popular among Port Charles inhabitants. It wasn't long ago that he was aggressively attempting to take over Sonny Corintho's area, killing everybody who stood in his way. He went to prison and claimed to have discovered religion. Then he discovered a legal loophole and regained his freedom. He's really leaned into his charitable efforts, but the residents of Port Charles aren't having it. Brad Cooper recently stated unequivocally that Cyrus' refurbished act was not selling. General Hospital spoilers, Portia Robinson may be in danger. After his argument with Brad, Dr. Portia Robinson informed Cyrus that he was no longer welcome at General Hospital. Cyrus objected, but Portia remained firm. Cyrus was noticeably sad, even though he eventually left the hospital. However, it will not be the end of it. Brad and Portia may put themselves at the top of Cyrus' hit list. Even though he is not welcome in the hospital, he will most certainly sneak in and do whatever he wants. Although Brad and Portia are at the top of his priority list, no one in Port Charles is safe until Cyrus is brought to justice once and for all. GH spoilers, what do you think? Why did Cyrus kill Sam? Have both Brad and Portia unintentionally become Cyrus' next victims? Who will finally stop Cyrus? Sandy Wilson from General Hospital reveals a new gig coming soon. Sandy Wilson teased an upcoming project release. Sandy Wilson, who stars on General Hospital, has recently arrived in Port Charles to play Dr. Isaiah Gannon. Prior to joining GH, Wilson played Captain Leto in the final season of Star Trek, Discovery and acted in programs on Amazon and Netflix. Wilson has now disclosed that he is now working on another project. Upcoming film. On January 6th, Wilson teased the new project on his Instagram feed. "White heavy checkmark fire coming soon," he posted. He tagged the Instagram page for the film Odisea and offered shouts out to Billboard and Rolling Stone en Español. The Instagram post featured a handful of photographs, many of which were screenshots from newspapers that covered the initiative. Wilson also uploaded a selfie of himself with Ozuna, the Puerto Rican musician who stars in the next film. According to Rolling Stone, Odisea is a biographical film about Ozuna. This is the first project from the singer's production company, Bear With Us Films. The film's name is also the title of the singer's debut album, which was published in 2017. Billboard remarked that the album topped the top Latin albums chart for 46 weeks. Wilson is a cast member in Odisea, which was shot in New York, Puerto Rico, and the Dominican Republic. The first trailer for the film was released on December 25th. A release date in 2025 has not yet been announced. Wilson's Instagram followers were ecstatic to see the film announcement. At Sawanda Wilson, I love you in GH. I am a huge Ozuna fan. Can't wait to see this film. I'm so glad you'll be a part of it, wrote one. Several comments on Wilson's post featured fire emojis and a few others, indicating that everyone was excited about the initiative. Wilson's participation in Odisea remains unknown. Despite this, his admirers are excited to see the film when it gets released. Fiery horror or last-minute save? General Hospital spoilers and updates suggest that Sonny Corinthos' apartment has caught fire, and Michael Corinthos is trapped inside. Coming up on General Hospital, as Jason Morgan and Sonny return from a brief conversation, they are met with the horrifying scene of the penthouse blazing and Michael fighting the fire. General Hospital spoilers, Michael screams for help. Sonny was in the midst of a talk with Michael about his impending divorce from Willow Corinthos when Jason arrived. Jason needed to speak with Sonny about something important, so he asked Michael to wait while they went down the hall to discuss business. They had hardly exited the room when an explosion erupted. Michael rushed to the patio window and saw a dazzling brightness, followed by the penthouse engulfed in fire. Was this an act of vengeance or a deliberate hit, and if so, who was the target? Sonny and Jason dashed back, startled by the explosion, only to see Michael crying for help amid the mayhem and on fire. GH spoilers, Jason must make an impossible decision. Can he save both Michael and Sonny? Sonny had previously disclosed his atrial fibrillation problems with Jason, requesting his assistance in taking over the mob company. However, Jason forcefully declined, keeping Danny Morgan's safety in mind. Jason highlighted the significance of Sonny taking a step back, so he physically held Sonny from rushing into danger. Jason is clearly concerned about Sonny's heart condition, since no one wants both Michael and Sonny to suffer serious consequences. While the showrunners have intimated in previous season teasers that Michael will survive, he will suffer significant burns off-screen, which corresponds with Chad Duell's real-life break. However, the important question is, what triggered the attack? General Hospital spoilers, double attack with bombs inside and out? Michael gazed at the brilliant light approaching him, the roof swiftly catching fire, while an unseen power inside the penthouse aggressively blew apart the patio doors. This unnerving image suggested a concerted attack. It appeared that one or more bombs had been discreetly put inside the penthouse, coupled with a possible drone carrying explosives from outside. Jen Sidwell had moved into Win mere minutes before the fatal explosion, staring out a window with a satisfied expression. Could Sidwell be involved in this bold attempt, possibly coordinated from Spoon Island to intrude on Sonny's territory? Is this a deliberate act of retaliation by a concealed opponent, or a targeted strike by unknown forces? Steve Burton's fiancée is a member of the General Hospital crew. If anyone knew she'd fit in as well as she did, it was undoubtedly Steve Burton. Michelle Lundstrom, Steve Burton's fiancée, is a member of the General Hospital crew. Of course, we're talking about Steve Burton's new fiancée, Michelle Lundstrom, who does not appear to be a member of the General Hospital crew. However, it may not be precisely what you're thinking. Michelle appears to have gotten along well with some of Steve's co-stars, including Kirsten Storms and Laura Wright, off-screen. In fact, it appears like she has been spending a lot of time with them when the cast is not filming for the popular ABC daytime show. Michelle appears to be so close to several of the General Hospital stars that she frequently leaves supportive remarks on their social media accounts. Isn't it sweet? Steve announced on Instagram over the weekend that he and his girlfriend Michelle Lundstrom are officially engaged after a year of dating. The announcement has undoubtedly sparked great excitement among the daytime television audience. What is next for Steve Burton and Michelle Lundstrom? Steve shared numerous images of their relationship with the caption, "Engaged January 3, 25. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans to prosper you rather than harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." However, some media sources couldn't help but bring up Steve's terrible background. Page 6, for example, produced a headline that read, "General Hospital star Steve Burton engaged to Michelle Lundstrom after divorcing wife who got pregnant by another man." Of course, they were referring to Steve's ex-wife, Sherry Burton, who announced her pregnancy on social media in 2022. So yet, Steve Burton has made no new comments about the matter. What happened to the characters who are missing from General Hospital? Scott, Liesel, and Taggart are missing from General Hospital. Where have they gone? Every now and then, a favorite General Hospital character disappears. They are not dead, comatose, or missing. Where are they? My two dads Taggart reared Trina, and they both thought he was her biological father. The father and daughter adored one another. Then one day, it was discovered that Portia had an affair with Curtis and had no idea who Trina's biological father was. After a lengthy DNA test, it was discovered that Trina was Curtis' biological kid. Trina and Taggart were saddened, swearing that their relationship would never be destroyed, but he was not fine. He revealed his grief to his friend Jordan and began to drown his emotions with drink. That was it. We never saw Taggart again. Trina seems to have moved on. She now calls Curtis her father, but there is no mention of the guy who reared her. There was a plot brewing regarding Taggart's drinking and Trina juggling her relationships with both men. But dad number one has vanished, and the family operates as if he never existed. Where's Taggart? Legacy Lost Scott is a legendary GH character that comes from a legacy family. He had been in and out of Port Charles several times throughout the years, but there was always a valid cause for his departure. Not this time. The lawyer was doing well. He was working on Heather's faulty artificial hip case and representing Ava in her custody battle against Sonny. Scott had a great relationship with Elizabeth and her boys. He simply vanished one day while assisting the pharmacist Valentine hired to modify Sonny's bipolar medications. He is nowhere to be seen, and no one seems bothered. The only indication that he is alive is that he sent Rick to handle Heather's situation. Where is Scott? Missing Schnitzel. Scott's lady love, Liesel, is also off canvas. This was one of the best pairings Port Charles has ever witnessed. Poor Liesel lost her beloved daughter Britt and couldn't forgive her lover for defending Elizabeth, so they split up. Liesel then joined the Willow donor tale. The new aunt seemed a perfect fit for the ailing mother, but the sinister Victor Cassadine snatched her. Drew rescued her, and she ultimately saved the day. Liesel then disappeared. Could she and Scott have reunited and are now living happily ever after? We can only hope. Where's Liesel? Do you miss any of the lost GH characters? Let us know in the comments section. Sonny Corinthos stood amidst the blazing ruins of his once grand apartment, the smell of burnt wood and destruction permeating the air. His face was etched with misery, revealing the tempest raging within him. Michael was critically injured as a result of the explosion, and his life was on the line. As Sonny watched the medics transport Michael's bandaged body into an ambulance, his fists clenched hard, a silent promise formed in his mind: whoever committed this crime would pay dearly. Following the explosion, Sonny's penthouse became the focus of a police inquiry. The burned ruins of the building indicated at the magnitude of the explosion, but concerns remained concerning its origin and motive. Was this a random act of violence, or had Sonny's status as a crime boss made him a target once again? Sonny's closest confidant, Jason Morgan, arrived on the scene as the fire brigade extinguished the last of the flames. His attitude was harsh, and his devotion to Sonny was clear in every step he took towards his scared companion. This wasn't random, Jason observed as he surveyed the damage. Someone wanted to send a message. Sonny's jaw tightened and his eyes narrowed as the weight of Jason's words hit home. Then they made a mistake. Because now I'm coming for them. Michael's situation was terrible. Severe burns covered most of his body, and physicians warned of a long, difficult recovery. Sonny stood beside his son's bedside at General Hospital, his emotions alternating between guilt and fury. He couldn't ignore the feeling that he'd let Michael down, just like he did with Morgan all those years before. But ruminating on the past would not provide justice for his family. Carly Corinthos arrived, her customary fervor dampened by the gravity of the circumstances. She placed a consoling hand on Sonny's shoulder, albeit her voice was stern. "We need answers, Sonny. And we need them right now." "I'm working on it," Sonny said her, his voice low but forceful. "Whoever did this won't get away with it." As Sonny's network rallied to seek the truth, Jason descended into the realm of Port Charles's underworld. Leads led in numerous places, from old foes like Cyrus Renault to the mysterious Jens Sidwell, who had lately returned to town. Cyrus, with his tendency for disorder disguised as religious passion, looked a logical suspect. Jason remembered the man's previous attempts to demolish Sonny's enterprise and couldn't shake the suspicion that Cyrus was planning another huge scheme. Meanwhile, Jens Sidwell, a character of equal mystery and terror, was observed mingling with newcomers in Port Charles. His reappearance, which coincided with the explosion, was too much to overlook. Cyrus or Sidwell? Jason reflected aloud during a strategy discussion with Sonny. Or someone we haven't considered yet? Sonny's eyes blazed with determination. It does not matter who. They're all dead men walking if they get involved. The story took an unexpected turn when Selena Wu, Sonny's long-standing ally, entered the conflict. Her ties in the world of organized crime were essential, and she issued a warning to Sonny while maintaining her normal grace. "Power vacuums attract vultures," Selena said during a secret meeting in a neutral area. "This explosion could be more than a message. It may be an attempt for your throne." Sonny's expression hardened. If that's true, they'll learn that this throne isn't empty, and it doesn't topple easily. As Sonny sought answers, his remorse about Michael's health worsened. He frequently found himself by Michael's bedside, silently praying for his kid to heal. Sonny spoke one evening in a dimly lit hospital room, his voice thick with emotion. "I'm sorry, Michael," he said quietly, softly squeezing his son's hand. "I should have protected you. But I swear that when you wake up, this will be over. I'll make things right." The investigation took a stunning turn when evidence emerged linking a shadowy character known only as the Phoenix. This person, whose identity remained unknown, had ties to both Sidwell and Cyrus. Jason pursued a tip that led to a concealed safe house on the outskirts of Port Charles. He and Sonny planned an encounter that may lead them closer to the truth or further into danger. The showdown was both heated and illuminating. The safe house revealed important information, including blueprints for the penthouse explosion and cryptic notes concerning a reckoning. The finding implicated Sidwell and Cyrus, but did not clearly identify the mastermind. Back at General Hospital, Michael's condition began to improve, albeit gradually. His doctors recommended that he be transferred to a specialized burn clinic abroad for additional treatment. The news was bittersweet for Sonny, who wanted to keep his family close but felt this was Michael's best hope for recovery. Before going for the clinic, Michael had one request of Jason. "Promise that you will keep everyone secure. And find out who did it." Jason nodded earnestly. "You have my word." The hunt for the perpetrator continued, with Sonny and Jason following every clue and neutralizing any threats that remained in their way. While the mystery behind the explosion remained unsolved, one thing was certain: Sonny's determination to protect his family and pursue justice was unwavering. Port Charles was on edge, but Sonny Corinthos kept his word, and he wouldn't stop until the guilty paid the ultimate price. Maurice Benard's newest episode of State of Mind took an unexpected and very personal turn during his talk with co-star Chad Duell, resulting in a raw and passionate exchange that went far beyond the realm of soap operas. Though the program began as a simple discussion about their common experiences on General Hospital, it quickly developed into an investigation of mental health, personal struggles, and life-changing decisions. A familiar guest takes the spotlight. Bernard's devotion for his on-screen kid was clear as he introduced Duel as one of his most frequent and popular podcast guests. "There's something about Chad," Bernard said, his voice full of affection. "People love him, he's appreciated, and he's going to be missed." The comment hinted at the episode's emotional undertone, laying the groundwork for what would soon become a revealing and deep debate. Bernard started by questioning Duel about his background and education, which steered the conversation toward formative events. Duel gave details about his early years, his battles with ADHD, and how they influenced his life. This resulted in a genuine debate regarding drugs, which both performers were personally invested in. Navigating the complexities of mental health. Duel revealed that he tried Adderall to address his ADHD symptoms, but it had a negative effect on his heart. "It just wasn't the right fit for me," he added, commenting on how many individuals use drugs as their first option. Despite his reservations about certain therapies, Duel made it plain that he was not completely opposed to drugs, especially when it was required. "When something's truly off, and you need medication, that's different," he said, referring to Bernard, who has long been publicly about his bipolar disease. Bernard, in turn, expressed his thoughts, recalling his need on lithium. "I don't enjoy taking medication," he said, "but lithium, which is on the cover of my book, saved my life. Love and lithium saved my life." The conversation evolved into a passionate exploration of their personal pathways to mental health, weaving together their shared awareness of the challenges and successes that come with attaining balance. Bernard's admission of his troubles struck a chord with both Duel and the audience, adding to the conversation's emotional impact. A conversation takes an unexpected turn. As the session progressed, Bernard pondered on the shift in tone, revealing that his original goal for the podcast had been more limited to soap opera stories and behind-the-scenes tidbits. "I was only going to talk soap operas in this whole half hour," Bernard admitted. "But this became just amazing as far as mental health, acting, it just went in a different direction, and I loved it." The players' common openness enabled the discussion to evolve into something more deep than was originally intended. Their mutual regard and understanding established a comfortable environment for discussing hard matters, with both men providing insights that connected strongly with listeners. A preview of what's to come. The first section of Duel's interview concluded with a promise of additional revelations in the following installment. The following episode, scheduled for publication on January 12th, will delve into why Duel is leaving General Hospital as well as the emotional repercussions of his father's death. Given the intensity of the initial chat, fans are looking forward to another chapter full of honesty, vulnerability, and perhaps a few surprises. A memorable moment in the state of mind. Bernard and Duel's candid talk demonstrated the importance of open discussions concerning mental health and personal development. What started as a routine interview turned into a profound exchange that left an indelible impression on listeners. By sharing their hardships and accomplishments, both actors emphasized the significance of empathy, resilience, and finding the proper road to healing. Emma Scorpio Drake's return to Port Charles has disturbed the waters of General Hospital, implying the resumption of a childhood rivalry with Jocelyn Jacks. As fans speculate about where this storyline will go, tensions between the two ladies may rise, especially if their contacts result in competition for a shared love interest. With Jocelyn mourning from the loss of Dex Heller and Emma developing new connections in Port Charles, the stage is set for drama that may revive old rivalries and present new dilemmas. Jocelyn and Emma, childhood rivals or adult competitors? Jocelyn and Emma's common background adds a layer of nostalgia and unresolved feelings to their current relationship. During their reunion at Bobby Spencer's holiday party, the women laughed over their childhood fights, but there may have been hints of persistent strain beneath the lightness. Longtime fans will recall how a younger Joss was constantly envious of Emma's tight relationships with Spencer Cassadine and Cameron Weber, two lads who frequently fought for Emma's attention. Now that both women have reached adulthood, the stakes are higher, and confrontation is a real possibility. Is a new love triangle on the horizon? One of the most intriguing possibilities is that Joss and Emma will disagree over a romantic interest. Jocelyn is currently unmarried and grieving Dex, which allows her to pursue new relationships. Meanwhile, Emma's return to Port Charles has introduced her to Gio Palmieri, the violinist with a golden heart, whose narrative is still developing. Gio and Joss have experienced moments that suggest a developing relationship, if not more. However, Emma's visit may complicate matters, particularly if Gio is pulled to her charm and warmth. If Joss notices Emma becoming closer to Gio, her protective instincts and unresolved sadness over Dex may lead her to lay a claim on their friendship or something more serious. Gio, on the other hand, may be torn between two strong-willed women, each with their own energy to bring into his life. Cameron Webber's return, an unfinished chapter? Cameron Webber's anticipated return to Port Charles adds to the excitement. Though Cam is currently attending Stanford, his brief visit over the holidays and conversations with Joss suggested lingering chemistry. Could his relationship with his new partner, Gretchen Ross, fail, forcing him to return to his roots? If this is the case, Joss, Emma, and Gio may form a love triangle, or perhaps a love square. Cameron and Emma had a tight friendship during their undergraduate years, and this could irritate Jocelyn's feelings. Joss and Cam have a complicated history, and the sparks that ignited during their recent reunion indicate that they still have unfinished business with one another. If Cam returns and reconnects with both ladies, it may result in a complex web of emotions, jealousy, and rekindled affection. Jocelyn's struggles and Emma's new start. For Jocelyn, the emotional aftermath of Dex's death will continue to influence her decisions and interactions. Her sadness may make her more sensitive to perceived slights or competitiveness, exacerbating her reactions to Emma's presence. Emma, on the other hand, has returned to Port Charles with a fresh start and the opportunity to establish herself as a significant player in the town's future generation. Their contrasting circumstances, Joss coping with heartbreak and Emma looking for new beginnings, may increase their friction. What begins as a friendly competition may escalate into a more serious dispute, particularly if romantic entanglements are involved. How far will it go? The idea of a feud between Jocelyn and Emma has fans excited. Will the rivalry remain humorous, recalling their childhood fights, or will it become more serious and consequential? Whether the spotlight swings to Gio, Cameron, or another unexpected twist, the opportunity for fireworks is apparent. As the story progresses, viewers may expect a mix of nostalgia, emotional depth, and unexpected twists. With both women at critical junctures in their lives, their contacts could influence not only their personal futures, but also the dynamics of Port Charles's younger generation. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.